want to tell you a story about what happened to me this week, because this story is exactly why people like me need help, need carers, need to treat our symptoms rather than just go ignored the way that we are. You know, because when I'm with someone, I don't have the problems that I keep getting into when I'm alone. You know, I could even take my grandma to a shop and be okay. And it's literally because having someone there is keeping me present and focused rather than my brain going, ah. But also having another being there who I know or who's just with me tells my nervous system that I'm safe. It doesn't have to be on alert. So I'm not going in like this, that anything could happen. I'm grounded and present, just doing what I am, knowing that there's someone with me, like we're okay. So in those moments, I don't get lost. Because even if something happens with my brain, oh, there's someone there. Oh, where are we? Oh, yeah, right, here we are. And, you know, I never had this problem when I was just hanging out with friends. But because I've been alone for so long, my brain's just tapping out. The tiniest things are really turning, and it's just been going on and on and on. And I've been saying this for so long on here that once our brain taps out, or once we lose that safety, once we get triggered, whatever it is, once we get dysregulated, whatever it is in that moment, if we don't have safety or anything that can just bring us back, and we're out there in the world, it dominoes on and on and on into this shit show. And I keep getting into all these fucking situations, right? So the other day, I had to go into town, which is not near me. It's a big ordeal. For me to literally just pop out to a shop, not a petrol station, but a shop, it turns into a mission of a few hours, because it takes me like 15 or 20 minutes just to get out to the road from where I am. Then I've got like a half an hour bloody drive or whatever it is to the town. Then I've got to get parked in there, do everything with my sensory. There's no just like ABC when I'm alone out there. It's like, there it is. And I'm just like, okay. And I get into this autopilot mode where I'm just like, boom, boom, boom. And I have to just do it. But as soon as something happens that does this, like interferes, it throws me off and I can't get it back. And that's what happens. And this particular day, I checked chat GPT for the weather. Oh, it's going to rain in the afternoon, it reckons, around, 2, 3 o'clock. That's okay. It's 9 o'clock. We'll be back by like 12, 1 o'clock. Cool. Because I had my little portable stove out and open. And I don't want to keep undoing it from the gas bottle, putting it inside. I wanted to be able to just come back and cook with it and then put it all away before it rains, I was trying to like line everything up. And I had the camping solar, what are they called? Not panel. Well, the camping solar panel, but also the camping solar, I think they call it a blanket or a mat. And they can't get wet. One's charging my battery, one's just plugged into the van with all my other solar panels, which can get wet. Because what do you know? Out here with no money, I actually had to barter off one of my solar panels a few months ago just to have some money to get through the fortnight. So a kind person in the community recently donated me a spare solar blanket they have, and I've now been putting it out in the space of where that empty panel should go that connect to. But it can't stay in the rain. So I was like lining it all up. Okay, I'm going to pop out, be back. Literally, I went to one fucking shop. One shop. And then I looked in the mirror at Sadie in the back seat and was like, oh, she needs a bit of a walk. So I was like, I'm going to go and take her to this little area where it's nice, where we can take a dog. Not a dog park. It was just like an on-lead sort of area. Great. Put her in the car. All right, let's drive home. That's it. Home. Oh, I need to pee. And there goes my day. night, week, and the massage that I was hopefully going to get. Because what happened? Oh, and also Sadie had a really fucked up day, so my dog got affected with her mental health again. And what happened was the car key is a single key, and so that I wouldn't lose it, the guy literally said, it's the only key, don't lose it. So I tied a bright fluorescent blue doggy poo bag to it. And it's been working the whole time, because every time I drop it or lose it, you just see this big fucking blue bag going like this. You're like, there it is. Oh, thank God. And I find it again, yeah? So I've gone in there, go to the toilet, come out. Where's the key? Wait, babes. Wait. Thank you. It's because she saw me get all excited. She thought we're going to play. Where's the key? Hang on. The car is no shit, like 15, not even 20 meters, 10, 15 meters. It's locked, so the key's not in the car. Okay, it's not in the car door. No, hang on. The track is clear. There's no one there. Okay, the path. Nope. Okay, there's definitely not at the car, around the car, under the car, on the car, in the car. It's not on the path from the car. Okay, toilet, door. Nope, fucking room out. No, okay. I put it in my pocket, didn't I? Nope. I've pulled my pants down. Nope. Taken my gumboots off. Nope. Looked in the toilet. It's empty. I look on the toilet paper thing and I'm like, okay, two things have happened. I either had it in the pocket and it's flushed, because I thought I saw something, but I wasn't sure. But there's like all these stains in the toilet. And I was like, dickhead. I've put it on the toilet roll holder, and there's like a gap where it can fall, like it could fall in and get jammed behind. And I was like, get fucked. I put it on there, it's fallen. And I'm like trying to get it and I couldn't. And I've walked outside and there's these three guys over in the car park, like having a smoke. And they're like Gen Z punks. They were like all in black with the piercings, and one of them's got like the bright hair. And I'm like, they look so cool. They're my guys. Because there were all these like other people around who I just knew wouldn't help. I'm like, they look like they just fucking wouldn't even, they would step over me if I was on fire. So like I've gone up to these guys and I'm like, can you guys help me reef this toilet paper thing off the wall? And they're like, no, that's vandalism. I'm like, no, I will do it. Like right now, here, I'll give you my license, like everything. And I told them what happened. So all four of us are like in there. They helped me get this thing off the wall. And they're like, it's not even there. And I'm like, oh, sorry. It was literally for nothing to help me rip it off. It's all right. I told everyone. I've told the council. I've told the people at the community center. It has been taken care of. So it wasn't on the toilet roll thing. And I'm like, by this time, I'm like, okay, whatever I saw in the toilet must have been it. It must have been the key. Because I was getting so like, was that the key? Was that not the key? And I'm like, it must have been. I must have flushed it. Fuck. Thankfully, because Sadie's in the car, you know, there's the gap in the window. So I put my arm back in because my phone, I had my phone, my tablet, all this stuff in the car that I can't afford to just leave in an unlocked car. Plus Sadie. I'm like, oh shit. All right. So I call a locksmith. Nah. Everyone's busy. I get hold of one. They tell me they'll call me back, and then they don't. An hour and a half later, I call them, and they're like, oh, we can't help you. I'm like, thanks for letting me know. Anyway, I ended up finding a guy who could, and he came out. It cost $250, right? Now, here's the situation. So I'd been there. It was like a 4-hour wait for him. I'd already like done almost an hour mission, you know, getting there and then going to the shop, and everything I needed to do had been like an hour. So we're talking like 5 hours. My phone was down to 6%. My petrol, my diesel, my fuel was under a quarter, and I had already been planning to fill up on the way home at a particular station that's a lot cheaper. And I had my water jerry's with me because I was out of water. I had no water at the van. Oh, actually, sorry, I had a jerry at the van that had like that much in it. which would have been about 1.5 liters. So I didn't have enough water at the van. Water, fuel on the way home. That's what all I had to do. But because that happened and the phone was about to die, I had $315. And I was like, holy fuck. My phone's going to die. I'm waiting for a locksmith. I've got Sadie. I've got all this stuff. I ran to a shop to try and get a charger. But right as I was trying, because I forgot, like, shit, I don't even keep the money on my card. I'm getting online and it's like the phone's at 1%. I'm not at my car waiting for this guy. He could turn up at any time. Sadie's just in the car with a random watching her and all of my stuff. Putting the transfer through and it dies. I'm like, get fucked. So then I remembered, I had my tablet in my bag with me because I took it with me just in case so no one would steal it. It had enough percentage. So at the shop where I was buying the charger, I got onto their Wi-Fi, transferred the 15 was what the charger cost. Ran back. The lady who was watching my car with Sadie in it plugged my phone into the charge. About 5 minutes after I got back, the locksmith guy came. It was $250. So that left me down to $50. So what I'd actually done is I had $200 left. All I had left from my superannuation money that I got out on hardship in June was $200. And I had put it in the aside, not to touch, because that was my money to treat myself, to go and get a massage and a reflexology and use like a sauna or a hot tub and really fill my tank and get a lot of this pain out of my system. Because I know that at some stage, even though I don't know where the fuck I'm going, I'm either going to have to relocate or I'm going to get re-traumatized, have to like get rid of my pets and sell my van to live in a car, and that's going to really fuck me up. So either way, I've got shit happening soon. And I was like, that could fill my tank to be able to deal with that. And then the other 115 was going to be to put fuel in the car, fuel in the jerry can for my heater, and get Sadie some meat. So I was left with $50. I put 30 in the car to have enough fuel just to get back. Totally forgot to get the water. I was so fucked up and too scared to like walk Sadie and leave the car. Like, so we were just playing around in the car park for the 4 hours. And by the time we got back, wait, Bubby. Sorry, darling. I love you. Wait, Mummy can't. Mummy can't. I can't do that. Fuck. So we got back. I had forgotten to fill up the water jerry. I had forgotten to put the last $20. What I was meant to do with that 50, I was going to put 30 in the car and 20 in a fuel jerry so that I could at least have enough fuel in the heater for a couple of days and then figure out how I can do the rest. Because I was like, if I could buy myself a couple of days with the water and the heat, I'll figure it out. But I just need to get back. So I get back. Didn't bring back any water. So I had 1.5 liters of water. Only had enough diesel left at the van to get me through that particular day. And then none for the next day. Okay. And I sit there and I think, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to sell? Am I going to sell my Wi-Fi modem? No, I need that for my security cameras. Maybe I'll sell one of my security cameras. Maybe I'll sell, one of the new items of clothing that I bought that is brand new that I haven't even opened yet. And I'm going around selling this stuff. Anyway, in the end, someone from community has transferred me $30. And I will just owe them. And that's on top of the 20 that was left in there. So it's like, okay, I was able to go out, use that 50 to fill up. I put 35 in a jerry so I can scrape through heating. Even though I won't have enough heat for around the clock for the week, I'll get through the coldest parts of the night and I'll keep it on low to take the sting out of the air. I filled it up while I was out. I filled up the water jerrys and I put $15 in the car. so that it gets the needle up, so that basically on payday there's enough fuel to get me back out to the petrol station again. But actually, later that night, when I took my pants off, the key fell out. So when I took my pants down, I've got 2 layers. I've got tights and jeans. So when I took my pants down to check, I did what I did when I went to the toilet. It was between the layers, which I hadn't checked. So the whole time, all of that, and I had the key on me the whole time, and it was all just because my brain tapped out. And why did my brain tap out? I got triggered before I went out, and that made the whole day get out of whack because I didn't have my breakfast. Plus, I'm already out getting a sensory overload. I'm already out driving, which means I can't medicate. So I've gone out to sensory overload, unmedicated, not driving. Not brekkie, not eating. Not having eaten. Not having done my ritual at all. And now my whole week's fucked. I can't go anywhere. I can't go out and get greens for the rabbits. I have to forage every day, but that's okay because that's grounding. Sadie can't get meat at all. She's just on biscuits. I'm scrimping by on the heat. I have forfeited the last $200 from my emergency money, which already got lost from everything that happened from the last thing that happened when I got the car in the ditch and blew up the battery charger, because all that money just went on accommodation as well. So that's what happens. One trigger, brain taps out, and you just lose everything. And that's what I've just been out here in a shit show, non-stop, just spiraling day after day after day. And it's really hard. And that's why people with C-PTSD need help, need assistance, need compassion, and that understanding. Because it's amazing what one thing can do.